The announcement that a group of foreign bishops were to visit Ireland to examine how the Catholic Church here was dealing with child abuse was greeted as a major step in addressing an issue that has crippled the Church in recent years. But anyone expecting the sort of hard-hitting report that we've become used to from civil authorities and the Church's own child protection body would be disappointed. But such expectations may have been the problem. The Church never pretended that this visit, or Apostolic Visitation in the somewhat arcane language of the Vatican, ever had any such purpose.
We're not here to replicate investigations or studies of the past. We are here to be available to meet with some of those who have been harmed by abuse and wish to meet with us.
The public may have felt that these were foreign bishops coming to tear into their recalcitrant Irish counterparts, but the reality was quite different. These were brother bishops coming to lend help and gentle guidance.
There was a feeling that this was a crack team coming in from Rome. They were, if you like, taking the Irish Church into receivership, and they were going to see if there was anything to be salvaged, when emphatically that wasn't the case. I would have to say partly due to the fact that the Irish bishops lobbied so heavily so as not to have Ireland made, the sick man of the world in the Catholic Church. They said, we're not just to blame for this ourselves. We've had mistakes, but there have been mistakes elsewhere. So there was a shift in the Vatican's tone. They started to refer to this much more as a pastoral thing. This was to assist the local church. It was very interesting, and a lot of the things that were being said today, this in no way overrides the role of the local church.
The visitation was pastoral in nature. The Holy Father's intention was that it should assist the local church on her path of renewal, today's summary findings pointed out. And this theme was echoed by Cardinal Sean Brady at the launch of the report today.
Through this visitation, the Holy See offers assistance to bishops, clergy, religious and lay faithful, as we seek to respond adequately to the situation caused by the tragic cases of child abuse perpetrated by some priests and religious.
But even in this context, the language is far from direct, and the report is couched in the diplomatic tones of the Vatican.
Vatican language is all based around, the Italian concept of, la bella figura, la brutta figura. The Italians the Vatican are never going to say anything that looks like it's very strongly or very directly criticizing a bishop. That's why, there's language about some of the bishops have failed and things like that. They always want to give bishops the regal room so as not to look bad in front of their colleagues or not to look bad on the wider society. And that Italian culture has very much dominated the church.
One paragraph, however, does stand out for its directness. There was a certain tendency, which was fairly widespread, to hold theological opinions at variance with the teachings of the magisterium. Dissent from the fundamental teachings of the Church is not the authentic path towards renewal, the report said.
I think that is an attempt to put an end to a certain thrust, if you like, that there's been certainly in some Catholics in Ireland to think, well, the way forward, the way ahead is liberal reforms, maybe the ordination of women, maybe married priests, things like that. I think the Vatican are saying those things haven't worked in the Protestant denominations by and large in terms of revitalising them, and they're not part of the Catholic tradition, so they're not really something people should be talking about. So whatever the future shape of the Catholic Church in Ireland will be, whatever the renewal will be, it will not be around what they would call dissent or liberal reforms.
The Vatican is clearly stating once more that it is not about to bend to the winds of modernity, that its truths are eternal, and that if that leads it to have fewer but truer adherents, so be it.